to you is please do not go below, and that is for my ladies who are on the GLP-1 or not on it. Do not go below your BMR. You want to be at a point where you can eat more and still lose weight. You want to be at the point where you can eat more and still maintain weight. Point blank, period. Hello, gorgeous. Welcome to the channel. All right, so it's another Zepbound video, girl. You already know I am pre-recording this on Thursday, so let's go ahead and get into the update. And I have an extra video that I want you to watch. As soon as this video is over, it will be at the end, so that way you can, check out the next video, because it's really going to help you guys if you're trying to lose weight, regardless if you are on regardless if you are on GLP-1 weight loss injections, or if you're just choosing to do this the natural way, because it is about knowing your calories and making sure that you are eating below your maintenance calories so that you can successfully lose weight or maintain weight if that is your goal. So we're going to get into those numbers and how to figure that out in the next video. So you just got to stay to the end to see that one. So let's go ahead and get into the Zepbound update. This is my weights. For those who do not know and did not watch my last video, just a little brief recap. I was at 136, but because I was taking creatine, because I was weightlifting, I was taking creatine just about every day, and your girl had gained 4 pounds. Now, in the week before that, I was taking creatine. I think I took it like twice out the week, and I still ended up losing a pound. So I went from 137 to 136. Well, last week I went from 136 to 140. Well, today's weight, it is at 139 point something, which is not bad at all. I did stop taking the creatine, which I believe that did help me to drop that 1 pound. So it's going to take me a little bit, but I'm not too worried about it, guys, because it is just water weight. It's not like I gained 4 pounds of fat. That will be a total difference. Okay. I got 3 more minutes before I go into work, but yeah, so I'm at 139, so I'm back in the 130s, which is woohoo. I'm still lifting weights. I took a break from weightlifting all the way up until last night. So Wednesday I did a full body training. Oh my gosh, and I felt so good. And I used that roller thing that you just roll on your body to kind of like relax your muscles and stuff like that. So I did that, so I felt amazing about that. But yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and we're going to switch to a different scene so I can give you more of an update about the 5 milligrams. Okay, so let's go ahead and get into these 5 milligrams and see where I'm going with this. I'm going to take my 5 milligrams tomorrow, okay, which is Friday. I will be taking that. Even though I took the 7.5 last Friday, it is still okay for me to go ahead and take it, because as long as I'm taking the medication every 7 days, I'm good. Even though I am on maintenance and I take it every other week, I am eager to get on the 5 milligrams. So with that being said, we're going to get into more of a serious topic, because share with everyone and help encourage you that if you are on your GLP-1 journey, to make sure that you are focusing on your calorie intake. That is so important, because if you are eating below your BMR, which is your basal metabolic rate, you are putting your metabolism in danger. And if you are trying to keep your muscle mass, you're going to lose the weight and your muscle mass. And you don't want to be someone like me who is now has lost the weight, but I've lost a lot of muscle mass. Okay, like my booty is flat. I still have some little fat pockets. Like, I got to shred that fat, but what can I replace that fat with if I'm not eating properly? I am lifting weights, but I'm not eating properly to build that muscle mass. And if not, then it's just going to be saggy skin. So you want to be able to replace it with some muscle. But in order for you to grow muscle, you need to eat. And that is one of my regrets of being on this medication, that I did not focus on my calorie intake. I just got too relaxed And I'm not going to say that I didn't put in the work, because I did put in the work, obviously, because I lost weight, but I just did not focus on that calorie number. I should have held on to those 17, 16, 1500 calories instead of eating below my BMR. So eating in an extreme low calorie intake can be, it can just ruin your body altogether, just for those two reasons. So my first example that I want to share with you, because I'm going to put a little clip up here, a picture, is my post-Wegovy playlist. I forgot I even had it. And just the other day when I was thinking about this video, about what I was going to say, I was like, I need to do a metabolism reset. And I was like, wait a minute, I did one. I did one last year. So if you ever wanted to know what my journey was like during those 9 months of post Wegovy, you can check out this playlist. But this one video in particular, I talked about how my metabolism is trash. And what I had to do was do a metabolism reset. So I think I was eating around 1200 calories. Even though I was off of Wegovy, I was still in that same mindset of just making sure my calories stayed low, because I did not want to gain a whole lot of weight or gain all of my weight back, because I only had lost 20 pounds. So I tried to get my calorie intake up to my maintenance level, and I believe at the time was around 1900. Now, it does not take a whole lot of food to get up there. I mean, you can have a Subway sandwich and that's about 500-600 calories right there. But I worked my way slowly. I think it took me about a couple of days or a week, about almost 2 weeks, to get up to that 1900. And then when I felt comfortable, I went on ahead and did a body recomp. And here's a video right here where I talked about how my transformation from before and after. Within 4 weeks, I transformed my body. Like, you can see some lean cuts in my body. And the reason why I feel like I got that is because I increased my calories up to my maintenance, and I did a slow cut. So meaning like a cut of maybe 50 to 100 or 200 calories from my maintenance. And I lift weights, and I continue with my cardio. So I lift weights 3 times a week, and it only took me 4 weeks, and you can see my body transformation. And when I saw that, I was like, yeah, I think it's time for me to get back to the basics, like how Patrice Denise says, get back to the basics, because I tried to do the things that I did before Wegovy that was not working and not sustainable. Tried to do that in my 9 month break, and it did not work. And I felt like if I would have kept up with that body recomp, I don't think I wouldn't have ever gotten on Zepbound. I honestly believe it, because that workout routine was supposed to be 3 months, and I only completed 1 month. Why did I only complete 1 month? Because my mindset was not there. I was so fixated on the scale that I was like, the scale is not moving. Now, within me trying to get my calories up, I think I only gained maybe 3 to 5 pounds, but it didn't really matter, because I was doing the right thing that I needed to do in order to start dropping the weight. So I just want to share that example with you, that if your calorie intake is below your BMR, which I will show you how you can get your BMR, honey, you are doing a disservice to your body, and your metabolism is straight up trash, okay? And that's not, and you want to look at it the long run. If you're looking at it, well, I want to drop the weight right now, that's short term. You're living in the present, which is fine, but in future, how are you going to be able to sustain a 600 calories? How are you going to be able to do that, you know? Second example, current, a few months ago, I did a weight loss challenge with other content creators, and that was with Kimmy's World and Sweet Mom for Life. They were over it, and it was some other contestants that was here on YouTube as well. And here is my before and after, just 1 month. And I was on, what was it, the 7.5 milligrams. I had just started the 7.5 milligrams. I almost didn't get in the challenge because I did admit that I was on these GLP-1s, but I made it clear to them, I made it clear to her that, hey, my weight loss is not like everybody else who drops 5-6 pounds in 1 week. I am only losing about 1 to 2 pounds, if that, every week. And this is my before and after. And my transformation was nowhere near compared to my post Wegovy transformation of 1 month. You see the difference? Last year, I increased my calories and started deducting just little by little. Within 1 month, I had a big transformation compared to me being on 7.5, meaning that there is a good possibility that I was eating below my BMR. And look, I did not have a big transformation compared to last year. So that's why I'm saying it is so important that you need to eat. I wish I would have just kept my calories up, because I think I was eating around, I did track it on my Lose It app before I even started Zepbound. I think I was around 17 or 1800 calories. I wish I would have stayed there and probably gotten it low enough to around 14-1500 and didn't go below that. I just wish I knew my numbers, and I wish I knew my bracket of where I needed to stay in and don't go below my BMR. I just wish I wouldn't have never did that. So don't let GLP-1 or you become so relaxed to the point where you got your shades on and you just chilling in the shade, honey. Don't do that. Like, make sure you are keeping up on your numbers. I'm not saying that you need to track every day or every week, but once a month, just do a calorie reset. Just see exactly where you at. And 9 times out of 10, for me, I really shouldn't even been on 7.5, to be honest. When I saw that, my calories intake was just getting lower and lower and lower, because after that competition between January and the end of August, my body weight dropped just like that. But where was my muscle? I looked very skinny. I looked very sick, all of that. So that's why I'm saying, like, it's so important to make sure you get your numbers right and don't go below your BMR, because you are hurting your metabolism. And 9 times out of 10, a lot of people that I've seen said that they stayed on 5 milligrams for months before they even went up to 7.5 or whatever. I was just titrating every single month, because I'm like, look, I don't have long before my authorization ends, so I'm trying to hurry up and drop this weight. That was my mindset. If you wanted to know what my BMR is, I'll put it up here on the screen. I think right now, currently, it is around 13 or 1400. I am eating below that. Just to make the story short, I am right around 1,000, if that. And right now, I just started tracking, because I said I was going to track the day before I took the 5 million. Excuse me. Once I add this soda, I mean, not soda, but this probiotic poppy, which is 25 calories. Once I add that, I'm still below. So I'm like 200 and something points below what I just said. I usually eat around 1100, but it all depends on what I eat. That's not every single day, but I'm just saying. And right now I'm pretty full, but I'm gonna have to have like a protein tea just to try to, make up for some of the calories. You know what I'm saying? And still, that is low. That is still low. Let me show you my BMR of where it's plugged in. I don't know if you can see it, but my BMR is 1236. So I'm pretty close to it, but I'm trying to build muscle. There's no reason why my calories should be that low. And that goes for you, even if you're not on the GLP-1. If you're eating very low and you hit a plateau, then what are you going to do? What calories are you going to deduct? Like, to eat 6, 7, 800 calories or even 5 is still not good and is not sustainable. And if you can't eat that while you're on the GLP-1, then maybe that milligram is too high for you. You need to try titrate down lower so that you can eat a little bit more. Like, you don't have to go up the ladder and then be this oh my gosh, I lost all of my weight. I get it, because you just never know what's going to happen with the insurance and all of that other stuff. But to me, it's just not worth it at the end when you're eating extremely low. Because, like I said, if you hit a plateau, where are you going to go? There's nothing to deduct from that. So keep that in mind, especially for those who are not on the medications. Now, let's see where my TDE, where is that supposed to go? So it is 1700. I'm extremely far from that, right? Way below it. How am I supposed to build muscle? If I want to maintain my body and just start doing the body recomp, how can I do that and I'm just barely hitting 1,000? How can I do that if I'm hitting 1,200 this day or 1,100 the next day? Is not consistent enough. So I need to do a metabolism reset so I can get my calories up, which is the reason why I'm happy to be on the 5 milligrams and I'm not doing a hard stop. Just in case those are wondering, well, why don't you just get off of it? I did a hard stop last year. I don't want to do a hard stop again. So my insurance, is my authorization is supposed to be renewed. Next week is the end date. So hopefully he'll do it tomorrow, which is why I asked for the 5 milligrams before this process, because I don't know if they're going to approve it or not. So I don't know. But I asked for the 5 milligrams just to hold me over so that way I can take it every other week. And then that will last me up until January. And then that way I'm winging myself off of it if my insurance does not want to cover it again for the next few months. So I just wanted to share that with you. Or daily exercise or intense workout. Let's see if I did that. If I was to put I think the fourth one down, my calorie maintenance will be 1916. And I'm sure my BMR will probably go up a little bit more if I was to add that extra intense workout. But around 1900. So at least I know, like, once I really get into the weightlifting and just going hard, working out, it's going to require more fuel. So I can go as high as 1900 calories. See, I got numbers to play with. I have numbers. I have an idea of where I need to be. Now I can write those numbers down and then just keep a little track of it, and how I track my calories from time to time, not every single day. I use the Lose It app, and that is how I track everything down. What I like about the Lose It app, it is a one-time yearly fee, and also if you're on the GLP-1, that's one of the weight loss regimens, like the weight loss strategies, like for those who are on Mediterranean, or if you want to be more of a high protein or a keto or a low carb, they also have a strategy version for GLP-1. And with the GLP-1, it will say low calorie intake, which is good, but you don't want to eat too low on your calories. So you have to make sure you are taking that into consideration. If not, if you have the MyFitnessPal with you, and hope that you got something out of it, because this is very serious. And the reason why another reason why is because you don't want your calorie intake to be so low to the point where you pass out. And I had an episode where I did pass out when I was taking the 10 milligrams, because the 10 milligrams was too strong for me, for my body, and I had already lost all the weight. The lower you go, you are putting your body in danger. You're putting your metabolism in danger. And if you hit a plateau, you have nowhere else to deduct because all of your calories are gone. And how are you going to sustain that once you get off the GLP-1? And if you're choosing to stay on it for life, then how are you going to sustain that? You know what I'm saying? Like, it's just not, you're just not going to have a good look. I'm telling you, your skin is going to be saggy. And if you still have some body fat that you need to shred, how are you going to replace that body fat with muscle if you're not feeding your muscle? It's just going to be droopy skin. and then now you have to go into skin removal surgery. And I get everyone's body is going to be different starting off and how it ends. But if you are someone like me who is around 190 pounds and you didn't really have you just look very swollen, but either way, don't go below. That's all I'm trying to say to you is please do not go below. And that is for my ladies who are on the GLP-1 or not on it. Do not go below your BMR. You want to be at a point where you can eat more and still lose weight. You want to be at the point where you can eat more and still maintain weight. Point blank, period. Okay, so shout out to Patrice Denise, shout out to Wait with Jazz, shout out to Traces of Twan's Life, because these are ladies here who kept their calories. I don't know if they ever went as low as I did, maybe not, but two of them are in maintenance and they're eating higher calories than me. One of them is still on a weight loss. Twan, she's still on a weight loss journey and she's eating more calories than me. Okay, so well, if I had 50 more pounds to lose, where am I going with my calorie deficit if I'm already just now sitting at 9 to 1,000 calories? How am I going to lower my deficit to get out of that plateau? So I hope that makes sense and like is an eye opener to you, where you're not just so fixated on the scale, but you're also looking at your calorie intake, that you're not going so below to the point where you're messing up your metabolism. All right. That was a mouthful. And Tamika's tired now, okay? I'm tired and I'm ready to go to sleep. So I'm going to go ahead and edit this video and I'll check you out in another video. Goodbye, gorgeous.